Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here, and today you'll arm yourselves with arguments and exchange blows with your loved ones in this fast-paced card duel played the way we make war against friends, foes, and ourselves. I'm right, you're wrong is an epic battle with belligerent insults and hurt feelings for 2 to 5 players. It takes 2 to 20 minutes to play, is for ages 14 and up, and published by Jab Publishing. Now it's on Kickstarter right now, so I'm going to show you how the game works and I'll see you on the other side. This is a Kickstarter preview, so all the art and components you see here, they're not final. You want to check the Kickstarter link in the description of this video to see all the final art and components. Hence, it is a prototype edition that I'm using here for camera. Now in I'm Right, You're Wrong, you're trying to be the last player to have any cards in their hand. Each player is dealt 5 cards. Now these would secretly be in your hand at the beginning of the game. They wouldn't be down like this, but I'm kind of showing you the cards here. So you'll start with 5. You could also have a shorter or a longer game dealing 3 or 7 cards to each player. But the game is very simple, where on your turn you're simply going to draw a card from the draw deck, and then you're going to play 1 card, no more, no less, then you're going to do what the card says. Now there's 3 types of cards. The red ones with the dynamite, you play them face up for everyone to see. This says, hey, an opponent. You get to choose an opponent to draw a card. And the art is really cute, and it has little cute writings like radioactive warning for the fart, seek shelter ASAP. Now this isn't a great card to play because you're going to be giving the other players cards, giving them more options, but this is sort of how they work. And there's some other types of cards too. Now after I do this, this would go to a discard pile in the middle of the table, and then be the next player's turn clockwise. Now another type of card are these green cards with the thumbs up. These you also play face up for everyone to see. Now remember, you're just playing 1 card in front of you, then doing what it says, putting it in the discard pile most of the time, and then going to the next player. Like this one is Reflect. You would get to draw 1 card and then return a card from your hand to the bottom of the deck. This is going to give you some more options. Again, cool little cute things. I hate my job, but at least I have security. You're looking in the mirror talking to yourself. Cute art and different sort of speech bubbles there. The yellow cards are traps. Now some of them you'll be playing face up. You do what it says. This would go face up in front of you and it would stay there. In this case it's passive. Sips drink. It's kind of nice and passive. You play face up. In this case, all players, none of them, can play any of these types of yellow trap cards until this is disarmed by another card somehow. Now in a future turn, let's say this was still out and it came back to us, this was still out face up, we play this one. Now when you play this one, it would actually go face down. This is appeal, another trap, objection. It's a little judge there. So this says face down. Now this will trigger the next time a dynamite card. These are attack cards, the red dynamite cards. The next time one of those cards play, that player that plays it will also return a card from their hand of their choice to the bottom of the deck. But this is played face down. Now you can have multiples of these. These are your own trap cards in front of yourself, and you may have many of them. You can peek at the ones that are face down, and when something triggers it, you can face up, say what triggers, and then this would go to the discard pile. Now, you're never forced to make it trigger, and if you miss your trigger, well, too bad. And so just to summarize, on your turn, you're drawing a card from the draw deck. You are playing 1 card, doing what it says. Sometimes they're attack cards, sometimes they're high road cards, sometimes they're traps that are face up or face down. Then it goes to the next player's turn. If you run out of cards, you lose. If you can't play any cards, you lose. If you break any rules, you lose. And the last one with the cards wins. Now let's dig deeper and show you more of these cards. I want to show you that each of the cards has multiple copies, but they all have different artwork and different sayings, which gives the game a good little flavor because even though the card actually does the same thing for the same card, you've got some different artwork and cute things there, a little attention to detail there. Let's take a look at some more of the unique types of attack cards. Like in Mislead, you'll blind swap 1 card with an opponent. If you discredit, well, you have to return 1 card of your choice to the bottom of the deck. If you dig, well, you can't play any attack cards next turn. If you fight, you return 2 cards to the bottom of the deck. Remember, if you run out of cards, you lose. If you annoy, you can't play any of the high road cards next turn. Here, payback, you can reverse the order, or maybe deflect where the opponent returns 1 card and then draws a new card. So let's take a look at some of the high road cards. With negotiate, no players can play an attack card next turn. If you listen, the next opponent plays the next card drawn. Just right away they have to play that one. In accountable, the opponent gets to return 1 card of their choice to the bottom of the deck. In ceasefire, you disarm every trap in play without triggering any. To control, you essentially blind return 1 card from an opponent's hand to the bottom of the deck. Disarm, you can disarm a trap in play without triggering it. And to empathize, you get to blind play next opponent's turn, which means you get to pick which card randomly is played from them. Let's take a look at some of the other trap cards. In Distract, you play it face down, and when a high road card is played with the green thumb, it can be triggered and that card is ignored. Or you can gamble. You play it face up, and when the high road card's played, it triggers and that player also draws an additional card. When you play dumb, you play it face down, it triggers none, it's just a dud. It's sort of just there to sort of mess with people and a little bit of a bluffing. Sarcasm, you play it face down, and the next trap that's played is returned, and that's how that one triggers. Now I want to tell you about some other versions of Right, You're Wrong that are available in this Kickstarter. There is a Not Safe for Work expansion. It's for an adult or mature audience, and this is available as an expansion right off the bat, but it will also be upgraded to a standalone game based upon stretch goals being met. There's also the Shots Fired expansion, and it can be fully integrated with any base game and turns your regular party game into a drinking party game full of fun and unconventional surprises. Now, it will be a free upgrade within the Not Safe for Work reward tier based on stretch goals. But if backers buy only the Classic Family Edition, it won't include the Not Safe for Work Edition, and so they won't be eligible for the free upgrade, but you can buy it separately in the Pledge Manager as an add-on. There's also the Game Breaker expansion. Now this is a free Kickstarter exclusive, and it breaks the game with really wacky rules that transcend the reality of arguments. And again, to see all of the different pledge levels available, click the link below me in the description of this video. Well, there you have I'm Right, You're Wrong, and as I showed in the overview, you'll be attacking your friends, taking the high road against your enemies, and laying traps for everyone else. Now, if you'd like to see all the final art and components and all the different pledge levels available, you can click the link below me in the description of this video. Now, that's going to take you directly to the Kickstarter project page, and I'm sure the fine folks at Jab Publishing would love your support.